King Richard I came to the throne in 1189, and very soon left his throne empty when he set off on the Third Crusade. His wicked brother, Prince John, became ruler of the country in his absence. John was a cruel, merciless man who took from the poor to make money for himself. The poor peasants of Nottingham had a friend in a young man called Robin Hood, who took from the rich and gave to the poor. His identity was unknown until he was betrayed by a steward, Ormond, who told Prince John that the noble Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, was none other than Robin Hood. Prince John then ordered Sir Guy of Gisborne to arrest Robin and seize his holdings at Locksley Hall. On this day we join Robert Fitzooth at his wedding to Maid Marian, which may not be the joyous occasion that two lovers had hoped for.
Dearly beloved, we gather here this day to celebrate the love of Earl Robert Fitzooth and Maid Marian. In the years they have been together, we have seen their love grow, and today we come to join their lives together as husband and wife.
Stop everything. There will be no wedding today. I have in my hand a royal edict declaring this man an outlaw. Be it known to all, in the name of Prince John, Regent of England, that Robert Fitzooth, known as Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, known also as Robin Hood, for as much as he has aided the king's enemies, broken the king's laws, and is a traitor to a king and those set by him in authority, that the same Robert Fitzooth is hereby declared outlaw, his lands and goods forfeit, and his person prescribed and banished. In the name of Richard our King and of the Regent Prince John.
Stay calm, my dear guests. Let not your minds be troubled. I will deal with this interruption. Why then, here and now, Robert Fitzooth, Earl of Huntingdon, ceases to be. Both you and the sheriff have called me Robin Hood, and so you and Prince John himself shall live to fear that name. And not only you, but all others like you shall go into terror as long as Robin Hood reigns in Sherwood Forest, in Sherwood, and wherever else wrongs need to be righted, until King Richard returns from the crusade, and there is justice once more in this fair land of England. Lady Marian, do you give your love to the Earl of Huntingdon or to plain Robin Hood?
I gave my love neither to the Earl nor to his earldom, but to the man whom I love and whose wife alone I shall be.
So Robert Fitzooth of Huntingdon became Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest. Many joined his band of outlaws. When Robin was settled in his new home in Sherwood, he began to go looking for adventure. One of these wanderings abroad resulted in Robin finding one of his most loyal and trusted followers. He became his best friend.
Hi-ho! Hither walks the man methinks. Yea, yonder bridge is too narrow for the twain of us to cross. Lest he arrive there first, I will put wind in my step and claim the bridge my own.
Oh, Lockaday, I see your tricks. Out of my way, little boy, unless you want a Duncan in the stream.
Fie upon it. You are tall in truth, but no match for my speed and cat-like reflexes. Get back off this bridge until I have crossed over. If you refuse, I assure that you will be the one getting dumped.
By the rood, I'll break your face in first, and then I'll throw you into the water afterward.
You talk like a plain donkey. If I were to bend my bow, I could send an arrow through your proud heart before you could touch me with your staff.
If I talk like a donkey, you talk like a coward. You stand there, well armed with a good long bow, while I have only a staff and am well out of your reach.
I scorn the name of coward. I will lay aside my weapons and challenge you with a quarterstaff like yours. Wait there until I cut one in the thicket.
Here I stand, 1 foot upon the bridge, until you are ready for your cold bath in the stream.
Lo, what a strong step I have, the very thing for knocking insolent foes into the water. Let us fight here upon the bridge, so that if one of us goes into the water, there'll be no doubt who has won, and the victor may go on his way without getting wet.
By all means, I'd rather not hurt you, but I will. Good fellow, where are you?
Here I am, just pinning my shoulder back in the socket. I must confess, I am well beaten. You are a fine fellow and a good fighter. Let peace now take its turn and govern our discourse. The bridge is yours, and I will seldom invite your wrath upon my flesh again. Where were you walking?
To tell you the truth, I was in search of a man they call Robin Hood.
Good master, what has happened to you?
This fellow here is to toss me beyond a stream with his fine staff.
Say goodnight, tall fellow. Nobody is Robin unless to tell about it.
Robin Hood?
Come now, my friend, these are my merry men. These men protect me and do my bidding. You too can join them if you shake my hand and swear loyalty to Robin Hood.
Why, here is my hand and my heart goes with it, honest Robin. My name is John Little, and I promise to serve you faithfully.
Why then, listen men. This little baby came to us as John Little, but seeing that he is so small, so if you need a babe, we'll turn his name around and call him Little John. Now and forever, long live Little John!
Long live Little John!
Next to join Robin's faithful group in the greenwood was Friar Tuck. Before meeting Robin, Friar Tuck was living in a hermit cell by a river. He ferried people across the river on his boat for a small fee. Robin Hood has just come upon Friar Tuck sitting by the river.
Now then, my fine fellow, come and ferry me over the river.
All in good time, my son, all in good time. He could have swum across this river if he weren't so lazy, and the wedding would have done him good, but I'm a righteous man who has vowed to serve others. Now then, let me see how much money you have.
Surely, good friar, you would not rob me.
No, I only ask for money for the poor.
No man should be forced to give to the poor unless he wants to.
But my job as a priest is to encourage you to give to the poor, and I will do this whenever I have to.
Okay then, come search me. For that you shall carry me across the river once more, on your back, and don't expect to get any money for it. If you even ask, all you'll get is a broken head.
A fair bargain.
What say you we call it a truce? Would you shake my hand? I've never met a holy man as skilled as the quarterstaff as you are. Let us make peace and rest a while in your home, where you surely will be able to feed a poor wanderer such as me.
Here we are in my simple dwelling. I'm sorry to say I have very little food here. Just a small bowl of peas and some water. You're welcome to both. I generally have the water first, then the peas, though sometimes I put the peas in the water.
It seems, holy brother, that a few peas in a jug of water have fattened you up quite well. Surely it is a miracle that a man who lives upon a handful of peas is so round and so strong a fighter as you are. Perhaps you could find something a little richer to feast upon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I do have a penny. I wonder if a whole penny might change your mind.
A nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse. You have judged right. Food I have plenty for a visitor willing to add shine to the table. If your penny bites silver, then your plate will be shoveled high. Now then, decent forester, tell me your name.
Tell me yours first.
I'm only a simple priest, and my name is Friar Tuck.
I go by several names, but you may call me Robin Hood.
The Robin Hood? The fastest bow show south of the Umber?
The very same.
Ah, indeed. I have heard you live well in the forest. You need a priest there, and I am just the priest you need.
So Friar Tuck joined Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest and became one of the merriest of all men present there. It is even said that his contagious happiness sparked an outbreak of merriment in a village south of Sherwood Forest. Meanwhile, as Robin's group of merry people continued to grow, Marian was determined to join him in Sherwood. So long as she lived in her father's castle meant that she was under his power, which meant that he could decide whom she would marry. Sir Guy was aware of this and wanted Marian for his own, so he decides to visit the castle to try to influence her father through flattery.
What Marian needs is a husband. Yes, a husband would be the best solution for her and her silly ideas of joining Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest. and I could be just that husband.
I will have no man of your choosing, father, unless he is my choice also. And my choice is and will always be brave Robin Hood.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. Don't leave the torch lit for me. I'll be in Sherwood.
You will do no such thing.
Watch me.
Then I will have up the drawbridge. Rick, raise the bridge.
Aye, sir, right away.
Then I will swim the moat. Mabel, bring me my swimsuit.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will secure the gates. Jasper, go lock the gates.
Be back in a jiffy.
Then I will leap from the castle wall. Shelley, bring me several pills and a first aid kit.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will lock you in your room. Sal, bring me a padlock.
One padlock, right away, son.
Then I will shred the curtains and escape through the window. Delilah, bring me my sewing kit.
Yes, my lady.
Then I will lock you in the tower, where you will only see light through the keyhole. Sean, go throw some fresh hay in the tower dungeon. Marion just made reservations for one.
Yes, sir.
Then I will find some other way of escape. Father, if you let me go freely, I will return to you. But if you lock me up, I will never come back.
I can see you won't be swerved from your aim. You were quite a puzzle to me, dear daughter, but my blessing is upon you.
So Marian left her father's castle to go join Robin in Sherwood. Yet Sir Guy did not desist from his plans to marry her. Meanwhile, hearing that Prince John was in Nottingham, Robin had walked along the edge of Sherwood, disguised as a forest ranger. He hoped to meet some traveler and learn of Prince John's intentions. As he strolled along the road, he met a young man dressed in forest attire who wore a sword at his side.
Now, now, good fellow, what's the news today in the good city of Nottingham?
I go about my own business, and the news is that Prince John has come to put down the outlaws in the forest.
About time, too. And what do you, my fine fellow, with that sword?
I mind my own business, which I would that other wanderers in Sherwood did likewise.
My business is with the like such as yourself. Tell me your name, or my sword will course it from you.
Two can play at that game.
Hold your hand, good fellow. You fight too well to be wasted like this. Come, throw in your lot with Robin Hood and become one of his merrymen.
Are you Robin Hood?
Robin Hood I am, and no other.
Oh, Robin, do you not know me?
Marian, I wounded you, yet knew you not. Come now to our secret glen, and let my men welcome their queen, Maid Marian of Sherwood Forest. So Marian moved to Sherwood Forest. Sir Guy was jealous and wanted to capture Robin Hood. By doing so, he would win favor with Prince John and eliminate his rival from Marian's hand in marriage. But it would be some time before Prince John would show his face again. However, we soon meet another villain, the shape-shifting witch Mother Maudlin, who disguises herself as Maid Marian.
Oh, fair Marian, how are you?
I'm blessed beyond measure in your presence.
Your happiness is my fulfillment, but tell me, how have we passed this glorious day?
Never has a hunting trip been such a success as this day. One shot brought him down. A long shot, my arrow landed in his heart.
Truly, tonight's feast will be memorable, thanks to your archery skills.
I don't think so. But Robin, a shadow fell upon us as we were hunting. A raven sat in the tree over our heads and crowed sadly. The shepherd Carolyn swore that it is no ordinary bird, but Mother Maudlin, the witch of Papal, who is said to be a shapeshifter. Carolyn later saw Maudlin, and so she cursed him, promising that terrible things would happen to anyone who ate the deer at Robin Hood's feast.
Is it Papawick or Papawick?
I say Papal.
Little John said it was Papawick.
How does the witch say it?
I've never talked to her.
Marian left with her friend to wash her hands in the stream. When she came back, she looked rather strange, staring at people with furrowed brow and vacant eyes. Everything she said was followed by a wicked cackle.
Marian, you don't look so well. What happened down by the creek?
I feel fine. I feel like 10 pennies, and I think you should watch your tone with me.
All right then, let's call our friends to the feast.
Friends, They shall not feast on this deer. It's too good for such rough country people. A starved sheep's carcass would be good enough for them. Scarlet, take the deer to mother-in-law. She is such a good thing.
Marion, what are you saying?
I shot the deer, and I'll give it to whoever I want to. Hee hee hee. Robin, you are being irksome, and I'm tired of your presence. I think we should take some space, that I can go make my potions and think of new curses.
So that you can go do what?
I mean, to go have my devotions and read new verses.
I'm confused. Marion is acting crazy. I think I better go speak with her.
Hello, my love. Forgive me for staying away from you so long.
And now you dare to call me your love after you declared our guests unfit to eat the deer you shot and after you sent the meat to Mother Maudlin?
What are you talking about? I did no such thing. Either you are joking or you have been deceived.
What is happening? Could it be? No, but maybe, but it couldn't.
What is it? I, kind Marion, sent me a deer, Marion did. A whole deer for poor old Maudlin, the fattest deer that I ever saw. Oh, such happiness for a poor old woman. I shall go crazy with joy. Surely, good mother, there is some mistake. If I indeed give such an order, some madness must have come upon me. Do you dare to take back the gift that you've given me? No, Maudlin, I didn't give you the deer. It belongs to our friends, the shepherdesses and the shepherds. Hee hee hee. You and your feast are cursed. Cursed, I say, cursed. The spit stands still and no joints turn. Before the fire, but let it burn. Both sides and haunches till the whole converted be into one coal. The stinking dropsy enter in, your filthy cook, and swell his skin. The pain we call the gout begin to prick and itch from toe to shin, and cramp the cook in every limb before you dine. All this on him.
Here's a mess. Poor Reynolds the cook's gotten sick all of a sudden. He is filled with aches and pains. He cannot stand, he cannot move, and worst of all, he cannot cook.
She is indeed a witch, and I believe she can change herself into any shape, as you told me, Marion. Sweet Marion, forgive me for doubting you. You and Friar, go back and cook our dinner. It would be a pity to spoil it.
By the mass, that would be the greatest pity of all. Let us hurry to save our dinner.
And I'm off to get that witch. Come on, man.
So Robin and his merrymen went to Maudlin's house. But when they got there, it was not Maudlin who met them at the door.
Marion, you run faster than I do, and yet...
Leave Maudlin in peace, Robin. They say she is a witch, but that is false. It is only that she is far wiser than other women. I beg you, if you love me, do not chase her any further. She is my dear friend.
Come closer, Marion, so that I can get a good look at you. You look odd. And what's that belt around your waist? I've never seen it before. Where did you get it?
Ah!
So, you made yourself look like Marion by wearing this charmed belt. It all comes clear now. Mother Maudlin, there is no place for someone like you in Sherwood Forest or in Papelet. You have 5 minutes to disappear, and if you ever cross my path again, I will shoot you.
So Mother Maudlin was banished from Sherwood forever, and the merrymen and the shepherds all had a grand feast, prepared and greatly enjoyed by Friar Tack.
We now return to the legend surrounding Sir Guy's pursuit of May Marian. guiding his soldiers, surprised Marion and Robin one night and attacked them without mercy. After fighting with Sir Guy, Marion outmaneuvered Guy and pinned him to the floor with her sword at his neck.
Surrender and command all your men to drop their weapons, or I will slay you here and now.
Mercy, good sir, put down your weapons. Men, we are beaten.
Guy of Gisborne, I have you at my mercy.
But Marion, I have always been at your mercy. It is my love for you that has made me try so hard and so often to take you from Robin Hood.
Sir Knight, you have threatened the life of my Lord Robin Hood many times, and that is a threat to my life as well, because I could not go on living without Robin Hood. You know I would rather die than that.
Let me strike off his head. We have been troubled by this false knight all too long. If he lives, our friends will continue to be in danger.
Not so. Sir Knight, you must swear by your knighthood not to seek vengeance on these good friends of ours who have helped us. And you must swear not to pursue Robin Hood or me ever again. If you agree to these terms, you shall.
I swear to abide by these terms, by the honor of knighthood and my hope of salvation.
To Marion making Sir Guy a promise to stop his efforts to kill Robin and then letting him go freely seemed like the best plan. The only thing she had not intended was Sir Guy breaking his promise, and that is precisely what has happened. Sir Guy dresses as a forester and walks through Sherwood. He wanted to get up close to Robin and then kill him by surprise.
Good morrow, good fellow. Though I don't recognize you as a local forester, that you are an archer, and a good one at that.
Yes, that's right, an archer. I am an archer from Hendel Forest, but a stranger in this glade. I am questioning for a man called Robin Hood, as I would like to kill his band of merry people.
Come with me, then, and I will easily guide you to Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, your life is now over.
Sir Guy, you are a coward and a traitor. Will you not meet me fairly, man to man and sword to sword? There is no shame in that, for I am as nobly born as yourself, and you know it. To shoot an unarmed man is cowardly and shameful.
When Robert of Locksley became Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest, he became an outlaw, and honor does not matter with outlaws. In a little while I shall win my horn, and the sheriff will know that Robin Hood is dead. And by then, half of your followers will be dead or prisoners also. But if you surrender to me now, I promise you gallows in Nottingham.
Then I take an arrow in Sherwood, if you can plant one in my heart. This is indeed the last round, but now the combat is even, and may God defend the right.
Whoa!
There lies a false and dishonored man, but in his death he may yet do good.
While Robin is busy with Sir Guy, the Sheriff of Nottingham has captured Little John and is waiting for the sound of Guy's horn announcing the end of Robin Hood. So Robin Hood dresses as Sir Guy. He wanted to get up close to the sheriff. He kept his hood lowered so that his face could not be seen.
Did you hear that? Listen, that is Guy's horn. That means he killed Robin Hood. That is the best news I have heard all day. The man of the hour. Guy, you deserve a reward, and I will give you whatever you ask.
I would no reward, for I've always hated this man whose head I bring you here. His death is reward enough. But if you would like to do me a favor, I ask of you this. Let me have the pleasure of killing this man, Little John, just as I killed his master.
A crazy choice to make when you could have had gold as a reward. But I will grant your wish. There lies Little John. He is yours to kill.
It is I, Robin Hood. If we have to die here, we will at least go down fighting. We will never surrender willingly to this sheriff.
Robin Hood is the devil. Kill him.
Robin Hood and Little John fight bravely, but are overwhelmed by having to fight so many of the sheriff's men. Suddenly, a knight wearing black armor enters the battlefield, swinging an axe.
What? So many men against only two? Backing wolves?
So the Black Knight thunders after the sheriff and his men as they run for their lives. Who is this Black Knight?
Prince John continued to send his followers after Robin Hood to kill him. Even after the death of Sir Guy, finally he took matters into his own hands and went to Sherwood to capture Marion when he knew that Robin Hood was not there.
So here's the tigress in her den. At last, Marion, after all these years we meet again, and not to part so quickly as last time. Come, you cannot escape. I made sure Robin Hood was busy before I came for you.
Back, you wild beast! Prince or no prince, a sword's between us, and I can use as well as any man to defend myself until Robin comes.
Quickly, catch her, you fools! Curse you for your slowness. Now we have her. Come quickly, my pretty, or we'll have that dog Robin Hood barking at our heels.
At this point, an arrow flies through the air, hitting Prince John between the thumb and forefinger, cutting him to the bone. Had Robin Hood not just ran nearly half a mile, the arrow would have destroyed John's hand, and he would have had trouble signing the Magna Carta.
Prince John, you must be tired of fighting with women. Come and fight with me instead.
So Prince John is defeated by the merrymen and taken to a cave just as a religious pilgrim arrives. Does this pilgrim look familiar? Does he favor the Black Knight?
You live well here, friend Robin Hood, on the king's deer.
We do kill the king's deer for our meat, but I don't believe that we break a law that is fair. They call me a poor man's friend, for I take from the rich and give to the poor. But I have never taken from anyone who is honest or worthy. We may be thieves, but we are thieves of honor. You do not dishonor yourself by sharing a meal with us. That is, unless you shrink from eating the king's deer.
Shrink? Why, I feel as if for my own. I'm as hungry as if I had walked all the way home from Jerusalem.
Then come and drink with us, to King Richard and his speedy return.
You drink to the king's return, even though you are outlaws?
For after all, our meal was borrowed from him. But we have never forgotten that while we live merrily in Sherwood, we owe allegiance to our king, and always raise a toast to him. Outlaws, the king!
The king and his return from the crusade!
When the meal is over and the toasts have been drunk, Robin remembers that he has a prisoner.
I am reminded that I have a prisoner, one who attacks women when no one is around to protect him. Bring him before us, Little John.
Richard, King Richard, my brother, come back to punish me. Untie him. Now go, swiftly, and sin no more.
Pardon, my liege.
Stand up again. Stand up, my friend. I freely pardon you, and all who are here. Robin, you've made a name for yourself. I've heard you spoken of throughout England as a friend to the poor. I also know that you and Lady Marion have agreed not to get married until I, the king, return to give her to you in marriage. Is this true?
It is, my liege.
And here and now, I appreciate you.
So Robin Hood and Maid Marian were married there in Sherwood Forest, with King Richard to give the bride away. Then they marched into Nottingham in triumph. As they came into Nottingham, the plowman left his plow in the field, the blacksmith left his iron on the anvil, and all the aged and sick rose from their beds and hobbled to their doors to cheer for King Richard. King Richard and Robin Hood!
King